All right, again, welcome back. Hey, before we get going, we want to also kind of, as we introduce some of the newest members to the St. Louis Blue family, maybe the newest member, and congratulations to BJ and his wife, who was it just yesterday, I think, or had a baby boy. So congratulations, BJ. Still got the hospital band to prove it. We've got Larry Plow, John Davidson, Davis Payne, Doug Armstrong, and Dave Checketts up here as well. We'll turn things over to John Davidson in just a moment. But before we do, I'd like to make sure that we welcome Davis's family here today. His wife Jane and his two daughters Allison and Lydia, who I had a great chance to have a conversation with before things. And we welcome you guys officially to St. Louis. And the Blues president, John Davidson.
Thank you, Chris. Again, on behalf of the Blues, congratulations to the Crombeen family, BJ and Mom Janet. Noah James, 8 pounds, 1 ounce. Put him in skates right away. I'd like to tell you how excited we are at naming our new head coach here for the St. Louis Blues. We did a lot of research over the 42 games that Davis coached, and the categories all went in the proper direction. He's a young coach, yet he does have a great deal of experience in different facets of the game itself. He's a coach we're excited about having in St. Louis to get us continued that proper direction that we had during the last 42 games of the season. To make the announcement and further announcement, I'd like to call up the future general manager of the St. Louis Blues, Doug Armstrong. Doug?
Thank you, John. I'm excited to be here today. It's a great day in Blues history. It's only fitting that we're doing this in this area. Yesterday we were here as Keith Tkachuk penned the final sentence in his chapter as the St. Louis Blues, and today we passed that pen to Davis Payne to start his new chapter in the St. Louis Blues. Davis is a great young coach. As John said, when he arrived here, his job interview started, and I think he did an excellent job. Our veteran players respected him, listened to him. Our younger players grew under him. We have great expectations here. Davis and I share a lot of the same philosophies on how to build a winning team, what it's going to take to win, and we are going to do this the right way. So with no further ado, I'd like to introduce the permanent head coach of the St. Louis Blues, Davis Payne.
Well, obviously, great deal of excitement bubbles in me today. It's first of all, I want to express a great deal of thanks to Mr. Checketts and the ownership group, management, JD, Larry, Doug, Al. It's an honor to be standing up here. It's an honor to have this opportunity. And you look at coming in here 42 games ago and asking the players to do certain things and understanding that success doesn't come from just walking through the door. It comes from the effort that they're putting forward, and I want to make sure that they're thanked again for the efforts that they gave and the buy-in that they had from veteran guy to young guy, from training staff to medical staff. I want to make sure that they're understanding of my gratitude towards their efforts. Also, again, I want to congratulate Keith on his retirement and feel good about the process of him retiring and knowing that my car is not going to get sold from the back parking lot of the practice arena. Also want to make sure the coaching staff gets its proper credit. I come into a situation where, and truthfully, there was a lot of buildings I didn't know my way in and my way out. And these guys helped from the moment in and everything in between to the moment out at the end of the day. And a great deal of admiration and thanks to them for the job they did and helping us through this process, and look forward to nothing more than to continuing working together and building this team the right way, as Doug said. Excited about what is here in St. Louis, excited about this hockey team, excited about the fan base and the staff that we have in place. Again, a little bit bittersweet where we sit today, knowing that we'll be watching, not playing, and that doesn't sit well, and quite frankly, it hurts, and we're going to take the steps to make sure that this doesn't happen again. It's something that we understand has to be earned, and we have every intention of starting our summer programs, starting our building of the team with that in mind. We have an identity that we're going to play to, but certainly one that we're going to earn, and that's through hard work, and we understand this. And through this process, I also know that in order to do that, and in order to do the job I have been doing, is to have the support at home. I want to make sure that my wife and my kids receive their credit. It's a tough business, it's a tough job, but to have an understanding wife and have some obedient kids and understanding kids, and to have that loyalty at home means a great deal. And I thank you for that, and know that couldn't be standing here without you, and wouldn't be able to go forward without you. So I thank you for that. It's again an honor and an excited time for me to be standing here. There's been a lot of great men who have stood behind that bench. There's been a lot of great men who have stood in this arena and coached the St. Louis Blues, and it is an honor to carry that torch forward, knowing that we have high expectations and have every anticipated step of earning those expectations the right way, through hard work, through passion, through trusting each other, from player to coach to manager to training staff and fans included. It's a great process to be a part of, and looking very forward to what's about to happen. So it's been a great 42 games, but again, unfortunate it's not game one tonight. We'll look towards that in September, and we'll be building. Thank you.
So Davis becomes the 23rd head coach in Blues team history. We'll take a few questions here, and then we'll do the one-on-ones off to the side. Richie has a microphone, and Richie, while you set that up, Davis, I'll go ahead and lob the first question at you, so Lydia does not have to do it. She wants to know if this now means that you guys can get the trampoline.
It's been a point of contention, but I think we can follow through on that. We did promise in our last move that there would be a trampoline in the backyard, and didn't happen last time, but we'll make sure it gets done this time.
Got you covered, kiddo. All right, who's up?
Davis, when you took over, everything was kind of a whirlwind, and you were able to put your stamp on the team. Now that the job's yours, how will you be able to continue to blossom and further put that stamp on the team?
Well, it's that building process every single day. It's when we're talking about the success long term that we want to have, it's done with steps, and those steps have to be taken every day. It's a mindset, it's an effort, it's an attitude about the work that needs to go in, and we have to be prepared for that. We didn't earn one of those 16 spots, so although we feel we've worked, we haven't worked enough, and we intend to make sure that work gets done.